Hi, this is Luca,
And this is Laura,
and this is the Career Beat Talks podcast.
where we bring you the latest insights from the world of recruiting.
From both sides, the candidate's perspective and the company's perspective.
Let's jump right in. Today, I want to analyze a career page with you of a company that I think has done a wonderful job. And why is it so important to look into career pages? For a company, of course. I mean, this is the page that should speak to candidates, that should attract candidates, that can make or break how many talents will be, either looking for jobs in your company, but then also applying to them. And on the other hand, for talents, this is a page you should spend a lot of time on if you want a job in that company, because here you'll find everything you need to prepare for interviews, but then also, of course, to find the right jobs. So let's look into that. Luca, I have an idea for you. I will share my screen and we will look together at the HelloFresh career page and see what they're doing good. And if we see some things that can be improved, of course, we can also discuss that and then also show, from the company perspective and from the talent perspective, what makes sense. Are you ready, Luca?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, first of all, I need to think or to test if I can share my screen with you. Let's test this out. I've never done this before, so it will be a little bit of a challenge, but I think it worked, right?
Yes, perfect. I can see it. I hope everyone in the recording then can see it as well. So if you're listening on Spotify, I hope if you go into the app, you should also see the screen. Or of course, if you use any other podcast host and streaming service of your choice.
Of course. But it's great news. I'm already a little bit more relaxed at work. So let's test it out. Now, the first thing, if we look at the career page, Luca, is, I mean, right away a video, so it looks engaging, right? I think that's already like something so great. And then here it says like achieve something delicious every day, enter job title or location. What do you think about this part, Luca?
Yeah, very interesting. Definitely not your kind of like normal, right? Say a standard job page. So as you said, the video is very good. It brings a lot of a movement, a lot of dynamic. And I'm like, oh yeah, because when I want to apply, I want to be in this kind of like dynamic state of mind, right? And not to be bored already. So I really like this. And then the search bar is quite interesting. So enter job title or location. So this is quite interesting. I've never seen this kind of like without then jobs of list immediately, right? So they really want you to type in. This is the main call to action on this website because they have so many openings and they are in very different locations. So if you could type in then Berlin, Germany, for example, you would only see the jobs probably there. So that's quite interesting functionality. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for those who cannot see the video, just so you know, like in the video, they are portraying like different scenes and they are repeating them over and over again. Some showing about, the work culture. So you see people playing ping pong or, having a meeting. You see, but then also something about the company because they, sell product, how do you say, produce like food that you can then order home.
Yeah.
So they show you a little bit about the products they have some events going on, the offices, so you get kind of a feeling how it would be to work there. And I really like what you mentioned about like the search bar. I also like that they started with this fun thing, like achieve something delicious every day. So
Mhm.
you relate that to the product. Of course, not every company can do that, but I think it's such an easy way to also show that this culture is fun and engaging. So great job on that. And another thing, Luca, you see here right away, like this
Yeah.
chat function, right?
So there's a chatbot that just popped up. So that's really great. I just saw it as well. And it says, "Hi, are you looking for a job?" So and now you can say find a job or ask a question. So that's pretty great that they have already interpreted this. And then even at the beginning, they have a small important information about data protection. So that's pretty great. Would you like to resume upload? Okay, so now I can directly upload my resume or answer questions. So it's really interactive, right? So that's really nice, and I think really state of the art. I don't know a lot of companies that actually have it like that.
Yeah, it feels like this chatbot feels like this company is working for you, because normally you go into career page and
Hmm.
you're like, I need to work for this company, right? So it feels like more I am having to do something for the company. Here it feels like this company is doing something for me, even though I don't even work there yet. So I feel this is really nice how they formulate it. Like, we want to personalize your job recommendations to find the right job, upload your CV and whatever. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah, of course, you have to check out if that really works. Like, that's maybe probably a bit too deep dive right now, but in general, it seems to go into the right direction.
Yeah.
And you probably have to refresh the page if you want to get
Yeah, this is maybe it's my internet, okay? So we will not blame the company, but the chat didn't close. Okay, so after the video, we see right away, you know, a sentence that they put here where they say something like they're a global tech company. They tell a little bit, you know, about the mission. What values they have, you know, they already kind of do a little bit of a marketing statement there. So I think it's really cool that right away you have something, even though I have to admit, I as a candidate would not even read it.
I would also. There's too much lines without a spacing. So here, just use some highlights maybe, or break it up into different parts, because I can see it's 6 lines uninterrupted text. We know this from marketing, right? Usually people don't read it. So again, but it's not the main thing they want you to do here. So it's fine.
I think this part, though, is much better, because right underneath that statement, they have like our impact. And then they show like what this company really stands for. I mean, of course, if you're a big company, the numbers are very impressive as well. But I think even smaller or mid-sized companies can do that, right? So they say like how many meals they delivered in 2023, how many active customers they have, the net revenue, how many employees they have. And of course, all these are very impressive numbers because it is a big company. But as said before, like even if you have 20 employees, just putting out some numbers gives me as a candidate a good insight into what I can expect. And then, of course, it just makes this more, you know, transparent. So I really like adding some numbers and figures into that.
Yeah, easy to identify, right? I can easily identify now with the company, because they use they don't just put the revenue. The revenue is actually the third one, the third number we see here. And the first one, as you said, is the meals delivered. So that's really, okay, what are we doing? What is the value we are providing? And then the second, how many active customers? So 7.3 million. So I'm like, oh, that sounds amazing. So I can really have an impact on a lot of people here.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, this is a non-sponsored video, just so everyone knows. Like, we're doing this because we really like this company, or at least this career page, and think it's a great way to get inspired by others. I just feel like we're talking so much about the company. Now we go more into the career side of here. So here it's like, start here, kickstart your journey with us. Here are multiple options to help you find your way into career opportunities at HelloFresh. So what they're doing here is they gamifying kind of this part in such a way that you can now decide, do I want to search by location, which we just discussed in the bar up front, right? In the beginning, you can search by field of interest. And then they also have a Hello community. Okay, so they have a community where you can learn about, you know, how you can grow a career there. So that would be a separate link that we can open in a second. But you see, so it's a little bit more interactive than the typical career page, even though maybe these functions exist in most career pages, but they are not portrayed in this way. And I really like it to make it a little bit more gamified.
Very interesting. So there's a very common problem that happens to big companies at this point of a career page, which is usually, okay, either what German companies a lot of times do is they say, oh yeah, we have different options for you, jobs for entry level, jobs for senior. And I always complain, well, I still cannot search for any jobs at this point in time, and I don't want to select myself first. Where is your list of jobs, right? So that's usually my thing when I consult companies, say, your jobs that you have should be posted on the first page already. However, I can understand it for a big multinational company like HelloFresh, right? It's a bit difficult, but they really use very, very good self-filters now. So these are really hyperlinks. And I would guess in the end, if I click on it, then I would get to the search and it's already then pre-selected for me. Yeah, exactly what we see. So perfect. So now if I click on all career tracks or these types of careers, and now I can select which ones are interesting to me, right? So it's, again, you can see they really had the user in mind, the candidate in mind. So make it easier for them to filter through all of the jobs that they have. So it's always a very interesting part for these multinational companies. How do you select? or how do you organize? How do you structure the content? And I think they are doing a good job here so far. I would still be curious if they show at the end of the page all the jobs they have available, or maybe they don't even do it. So let's look up.
Yeah, I will not look up. I was about to check it out, but no, let's go step by step. I want to click on the Hello community just to see what this is all about. I mean, I actually wrote one time a blog post about it, but this is very
Is it more than
interesting.
a newsletter? This is what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Because I would guess it's just a newsletter, but let's see what happens. Or
So
your sign up page.
yeah, so practically what you get is monthly updates, so the newsletter part,
That
right?
sounds like a newsletter,
Then
yes.
you have about upcoming events with advance notice, so you can prepare yourself and bring your friends. And this one is something I really like because more and more companies are going into this direction of also offering some type of events to get to know new talents. So here it's a good way in the newsletter to inform you about events and get matched. So practically you will probably, I have not done it, but you will probably fill out, with your CV and everything, your profile, and then the company can see. Oh, see, here it's upload resume, can see which positions ideally could fit. Maybe they will send some personalized updates whenever a job fits your profile. I'm not sure about that, but that's very interesting.
Yeah, interesting. I would guess that's what happens. So you are putting your data into their resume system, and then the recruiters can check it out. I'm not sure if it works automatically. That's very, very tough to do. And then on top, I think what happens is that they have a monthly newsletter, is the way I
Yeah.
understand it, receive monthly updates, that they prepare someone in their team, and this gets sent out, and then you are also added to this list. So we don't really see it, but I would guess in the backend there's two things that happen. You sign up for their recruitment system for the ATS, and then on top you are added to a newsletter list, which you can also sign up from, but you get
Yeah.
monthly updates, which I think is very nice that they do this. So that's great. So again, this user in mind, they provide value, right? And they don't just say, oh yeah, sign up, and then you'll never hear again from us.
Right.
But they say, okay, well, you're getting monthly tips that we prepare for you. So that's very great.
Absolutely. I also love this part so far. I mean, for a small company, doing a monthly newsletter was probably a lot of effort, especially if you don't have as many people following your company right now. But if you feel like you want to do something a little bit different, or you want a way to, get some talent pool in a way, this could be an easy way to do it because people just subscribe. You already have some data that could help you, but it depends, right? Do you have an HR team that can support you with that? But yeah, very, very interesting. I do like this idea as well. If we go a little bit, oh, sorry, and we forgot about this part for talents. This is where you should be applying for the jobs ideally. Okay, so of course you can use LinkedIn Easy Apply. You can go to job portals that also offer quick application processes. And yes, you can use that as well. Companies will check it out. But if you want to go the extra mile, actually apply via the career page. Like even a study showed that recruiters like the most to review applications through their own system because that's what they work with the whole time. So that's what they're most used to. LinkedIn is an extra effort, an extra platform to look into. So make sure to always have this in mind. And that's why when you like a company, go to the career page regularly, put alerts if they have them to get informed about new jobs. Moving forward, they have the Fresh Talent, our student program. With some
Okay.
extra videos, unlock your career growth with a HelloFresh. What is this? Fastly 7 leaders share their thoughts. Oh, interesting. So it's a lot about leadership as well, and discover our program and search open roles. This is so cool. If you as a company are also offering Ausbildungsstellen, Luca, I think this can really make a difference to also have like a separate, very cool, video type of thing about their programs for students and stuff like that. I think that's such a cool way to portray it in a more modern way. Hi, this is Laura. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I hope you're truly enjoying it. And if I could ask for one little favor from you, it would be that you make sure to follow this podcast and also rate it. This will truly make such a big difference for us here in CareerBee so that we start reaching more people who are looking for a job in Germany and also more companies who are looking for talents. Thank you so much for doing this.
Definitely. So very, very good job so far. And now we see if you scroll down. Yeah, now they talk about culture, right? So this is, hey, now we're trying to map you and we're trying to match you to the best what you're looking for. And now if you scroll down even more, get a little bit more insights, and they have embedded some videos here. I think it's 3 videos of employees at the company, or 2 videos of employees, I think, and then one that I guess it looks like an employee did it and shot it maybe. So just seeing what the people are like, how they interact with each other, I think that's yeah, quite nice here. Oh, and then we have one quote from their talent acquisition coordinator. Also very nice. So you hear directly from people working there, right? So you as a candidate, you can already get a feel for what it's like working there.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it. It's like they have, I think, 4 reviews of employees with a picture of them, different types of pictures, some in the office, some, I think, just on their free time. So cool insights. And then, of course, very intelligent, they are now also linking all their social media, because as a company nowadays, you will, I mean, you don't have to, but it does make sense to add social recruiting to your strategy, which means you also need a presence. And what better way to also make people follow your company if you link it right away there? So HelloFresh has Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, everything. You don't need everything, but of course, great way to just add it as well. Then they have something like Discover More, which is like a playlist.
I'm not sure what that is. I think it's a playlist maybe on Spotify. I'm not sure. So here they just have some more content offering, right? And then we are, yeah, hello community. They link to a blog. Okay, so they're just linking to even more content that they're producing. That's quite insane. All the content that they put out. There's so much time in the backend that you never see, but that they really spend here. The only thing, and I have to say it again, I really prefer, even if they have so many jobs, even if it's very difficult, I prefer to see a list of the jobs that are available. Because what do people want? They want to see the jobs when they go on the career page, right? Rarely does it happen that someone just says, oh yeah, I always wanted to check out the career page of HelloFresh, but I did not want to apply, right? Usually your intention is to apply. So that's the only thing maybe is, but they had the search field and it stays at the bottom, at the top. Actually, I just see it right now. So you can always type something in. Still, I don't know why, but maybe this is a personal opinion. I prefer to have kind of like a list of the available jobs directly on page one. So why not show some exemplary jobs here? Doesn't it have to be the full list? So you just, I'm not sure which system they use to program and to display these things, but with the one we are using, for example, it always shows, I think, the latest 5 that were posted. And then someone can click on see more or see more filters or whatever. So that's the way I like to have it. But of course, that's maybe they have very good reasons for then. If someone from HelloFresh listens, maybe let us know if there's a specific reason why you have it like this. Again, the search field probably helps a lot. So we still are very close to what the candidate is trying to do here. But yeah, from my side, I would add it.
Yeah, actually, I agree with you. Like, I think it would be cool just because even though the first 5 don't fit you, it just feels like, okay, there are open jobs. So I really want to explore what they have. Like, it gives me even more, the need to look at it because I feel something is happening there versus here. I mean, of course, I will check it out, but the chances already feel lower that you have open jobs that fit me versus if there's already some jobs posted, then I might check it even more. But yeah, again, maybe they have some specific reasons for it. It would, however, be a recommendation, especially for small and mid-sized companies. Make it as easy as possible to see that you have open jobs, right? So that people want to check it out regularly. Yeah, I think that's also the only, tip that I would have. I also like, this is all in English. Of course, you should also make it in German if we're in Germany. But I would recommend also translating your page to English. Even though you might not be hiring right now English speakers, it might be in the future, and then you don't have to do it later on. So it makes sense to just start step by step going in that direction. One thing that I still wanted to mention was this culture part. I mean, it's such a big company, of course, and then you have the see more, and then you go into a whole part which is dedicated to the culture, where they talk about, more details. You get insights into more employees, and this is something I wanted to highlight for talent. So if you are getting prepared for an interview with this company. Make sure to check this culture part out. Some companies have values that they, really, really stick to, that will be part of your day-to-day when you work there. You need to be aware of that before you go into an interview. So spend a lot of time, of course, looking for jobs on the career page, but also getting insights into what do other people say. They have a lot of data here. Try to integrate that into the preparation of your answers for the interview. So very interesting to see. What would you say based on this are 5 tips or 3 tips, however many you want to give? Sorry, I just said 5 randomly for a company when they are creating their career page.
Yeah, so for me, it's important to again highlight that this was kind of like a state of the art, right? That's one of the best ones that we know. So especially if you are at a smaller company, we don't expect you, or please don't feel that there's the expectation that you can recreate this. You cannot as a small company. There's so much resources. There's multiple people, like 10, 20 people probably involved in these type of projects, content creation that's going on, right? We saw the monthly newsletter. So I think we should look at what structures there were that we liked, and then we can maybe also say how, even if you are a smaller company, you can replicate it. So number one would be that you really focus on the hero part. So this is, so when you open up this first page, what do people see? And here we had a very nicely displayed video in the beginning and then a search bar. Of course, maybe you don't have a video, but then look for a very nice image maybe of your employees, make it a little bit dark, and then add something bright and a small text on the beginning, which is maybe a value proposition. Yeah. The second thing we said is showcase your employees. You can do that even as a smaller company. And our tip here is always like interview some people and then put 1 or 2 of them on the website, because sometimes we get the objection, or what if someone leaves, then I cannot use this on my website anymore. So make sure that you always have a backup so that you can change it in this case. And then the third one would be for me, and this is what HelloFresh did not have, is to have the list of your jobs directly on the first page available. Don't use this very modular, oh, now I have to click to 3 other pages until I can finally look at the open jobs there, because no one will do that. And don't underestimate, even if you say, oh yeah, I'm using job portals to post my jobs, people will I always still check out the company's website because I want to know more, right? I want to learn more about you. So yeah, definitely use these 3 tips. And I think even if you're a small company, you can use them.
Absolutely. And if you are a talent, also make sure to spend a lot of time on the career page. Use it to find jobs, to apply to jobs, and then also to get ready for your interviews. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. We're super happy to have you here. And if you are a company who's looking for talents to expand their team, make sure to check out our services at careerb.de, because there we explain how we help you find top talents much faster. And on the other side, if you're a talent who's currently looking for a job here in Germany, then make sure to also check out our website under careerb.de/talents, because there you'll discover more about our brand new masterclass, where we really guide you step by step on how to find that dream job of yours. But in either case, you can also just send us a direct email to team@careerb.de, because we're also super happy to address all your questions directly there. Wishing you a wonderful day.